This will be called Take Two, They're Small, which I think is maybe a Midwest saying. Um, but I'm doing a second version of disconnecting from the matrix or thought form surrounding the planet. So earlier I had a cat kind of wiggling the computer as I was talking. I may publish that one because it just was more entertaining than this one might be, but you never know. This one could be very entertaining. So, around our body, so first of all, we have a physical body, it's an energetic thing. And then we have an emotional body, we have a mental body. They can be located, I just say mental body, and I kind of hold my hands up here. And the emotional body, I hold my hands here. But people can have their emotional bodies wherever they want. Then there's an astral body, and an etheric body, and a spirit body, a soul energy body. I mean, there's a lot of them as far as I've been told and I've experienced many of those bodies. So those are surrounding and connected to the physical body. Now, the earth is a physical body, and it has an energetic body around it. And that energetic body has been really shifting and changing over the past 27 years, 26 and 3 months, something like that. And it's going through this process, a 28-year process that completes on March 23rd, 2025. This energetic shift. So the whole vibration of the planet is going up. We may be experiencing that as kind of personal discomfort, cleansing, physical cleansing, mental cleansing, emotional cleansing, spiritual cleansing. We're in the spiritual cleansing portion right now, which started in 2018 and completes in 2025, March 23rd, 2025. Keep that date in your head because it'll make you feel better the closer you get to it, that this whole thing's going to be done. But one of the things that might help you in this process is recognizing there's all sorts of thought forms surrounding the planet. I named them in the other video, which I may or may not publish because I'm concerned about publishing anything that makes reference to anything that may set off a trigger in the artificial intelligence that says you shouldn't be saying that. So I'm kind of aware that this is a possibility. So I'm just not naming names. But there are these matrix or thought forms surrounding the planet, and the one I'm going to teach you the process of disconnecting from them, and I'm going to state that this is useful, and you should find out for yourself if it's useful. So you can just start off on one matrix. So we're going to start off on fear. So the statement is, I choose to disconnect from the matrix of fear surrounding the planet. And just state that out loud. It's important to state it out loud. Just think it and notice if anything's happened, and then state it out loud and notice if anything happens. And if you can have things happen just by thinking it, which sometimes we can, but stating it out loud is very powerful. So it's been my awareness that there's a lot of grief surrounding the planet. And I guess probably, that's all I should say about that. There's a lot of grief, and who knows why that grief is there, but there is a lot of it. And so we can state, I choose to disconnect from the grief surrounding the planet. You can go ahead and say that out loud. And you can state, I choose to disconnect from the matrix of anger surrounding the planet. And you can add anything to this statement that you want to disconnect from. So if you want to disconnect from violence, you can state, I disconnect from the matrix of violence. If you want to disconnect from the matrix of peace, You could say, I disconnect from the matrix of peace. You could disconnect from the matrix of love. You could disconnect from the matrix of an individual male being who is defined as kind of the leader of, of all various groups. Yeah, you could disconnect from all of those words, all of those people, all those matrices, all those thought forms. You can disconnect from all of them. You can, yeah, and you just can make it up yourself. But the statement is, I disconnect from the matrix of such and such surrounding the planet. And then you just can, take it a little bit at a time initially to just notice how it changes your experience when you've disconnected from these various matrices. And in the movie The Matrix, he wakes up and all these tubes are attached to him, sucking out his life force, and that's running the machine. I think that's a good image. It's like these matrices are just part of the artificial intelligence in some ways, because you can't really think about it as actual intelligence when you think about any of these things. And I'm not going to name names, like I'm not going to say politics or religion or I guess I did name names, but any of those things, that probably won't necessarily get me removed from having a channel here, being a channel with a channel. And I don't know that I'm channeling anything other than random thoughts coming out of my own head. But I enjoy doing that. So, and it's better to do it this way so that people can choose whether or not they want to listen to this possibly perceived to be gibberish or possibly perceived to be very helpful information that helps them navigate these stormy waters of world change. So now I say, now must go, and be well, and there'll probably be many of these, so you just might want to, block the caller. All right, see you later.